History is repeating itself. 830 years after 9 million books in Nalanda were burnt by the followers of peace, the largest public library in the city of Marseille in France has been set on fire. Even the Library of Alexandria was burned down on the orders of Umar ibn al-Khattab. They burnt down Nalanda University in India in 1206 AD. Legend says, books there continued to burn for 6 months. They burnt down the biggest library in Marseille, France in 2023 AD. Time, place and perpetrators may change, but the savagery of jihad continues, a Twitter user wrote sharing a video of the burning down of the biggest public library in the city. Knowledge is everything. The villain understands this more than the victim. Claude Mane, Renoir's country of Tulle. The land of Baudelaire, Verlaine, Victor Hugo's pen. The country of that picture, the country of poetry, is now on fire. On the fourth day, the situation is still turbulent. Protesters are attacking banks, shops everywhere. Even libraries were set on fire in the name of protest. Vandalized there. The lack of protest raises questions about such violence. Protesters stormed the Alcazar library in Marseille on Thursday. Library window broken. The entrance is also set on fire. According to local sources, the attackers could not completely destroy the library. The library narrowly escaped major damage. Netizens joined in the condemnation after this incident. One tweeted, "We are not burning books. Setting ourselves on fire." Police in the French capital Paris are struggling to deal with riots, looting, violence and arson in the fifth day of anger in the country over the killing of 17-year-old teenager Nahil by the police. There have been repeated clashes between protesters and security forces in the city of Marseille. Marseille's largest library was also burned. Most of the books in that library were burnt to ashes. Following the attack on the library, Indians compared it to the burning of the Nalanda University Library almost 1,000 years ago. Nalanda was a Buddhist monastic institution established during the Gupta Empire era in ancient Magdha, present-day Bihar in eastern India. It was considered by historians to be the world's first residential university and among the greatest centers of learning in the ancient world. The ancient Nalanda University was burnt down by Muhammad Bakhtiar Khalji's Gudrid dynasty, who are believed to be Turkish Muslim invaders. The library in the university is reported to have had housed over 9 million manuscripts, and according to Tibetan sources spread over 3 large-story buildings. However, in the fall of 1202 CE, the first troops of the Ghurid dynasty General Muhammad Bakhtiar Khalji destroyed and began the demise of Nalanda and other monasteries near it, such as the Odantpura Vihar, now called Bihar Sharif, about 6 miles away from Nalanda. According to records, Nalanda Library had 9 million books and manuscripts when it was burnt down by the Islamic invaders. It is said that the fire in the library burned for 3 months. Muhammad Bakhtiar Khalji captured and looted the sacred institution. The majority of the locals there were Brahmins, and every single one of them had their heads shaved and had been killed. Alcazar and Nalanda became prey to the barbarity of the same ideology during 2 entirely distinct historical periods. Social media users couldn't help but compare the devastation of Alcazar with that of Nalanda. Dr. Anand Rangnathan stated, "Knowledge is everything." The villain understands this more than the victim, while drawing a comparison between the 2 learning facilities. Devastating. Libraries aren't just buildings, they're sacred sanctuaries of knowledge and heritage. This act isn't just destruction, it's a cultural atrocity. To relish in such desecration is nothing short of barbaric. We must fiercely guard our repositories of wisdom. French President Emmanuel Macron called the young man's death inexplicable and inexcusable. Meanwhile, the French Interior Ministry said on Thursday that it is mobilizing 40,000 police officers to deal with riots that have spread across France. Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin on Friday denounced what he called a night of rare violence. His office described the arrests as a sharp increase on previous operations as part of overall government efforts to be extremely firm with rioters.